Morning everyone, my name's Krista, I'm one of the garden team members here at Best Chateaux. Today I'm going to be showing you how to prune a Deutzia hybrid. Deutzia's flower on previous year's growth. So what we're looking to do now is remove the stems that have already flowered, and they flower in early summer. And what we want to do is, if you can see, is to take it back down to a nice young green shoot, so that next year that shoot will flower. It's got a nice sort of arching shape, so I'm going to keep the arching shape, and then we'll also be looking here to see whether we remove anything like this, stumps that are quite large and prominent, whether we can remove those and just have shorter stems with more growth on them. So if I get started, so what you're looking for here, if you can see, is you've had your flowering stem here, and then I'm going to take it down to a nice strong shoot. It doesn't have to go back to the first strong shoot, it can go back to the second or third, and then remove. And again with this one here, it's got nice strong shoots there, so I'm going to take that back. Where you've got one, I don't know if you can see this, but where you've got ones that they've flowered all the way down the stem and there's nothing really here, what I'm actually going to do is take that right back. That comes off completely. Hopefully that will just give a better shape. And again, the same with this one here, you've got a flowering shoot here. This one is actually arching sort of inwards. Don't really want that because you want the nice rooting shape or arching shape, so I'm going to take that right back to the main stem. And again, just remove anything that's dead, diseased or dying. And make sure that the cuts are nice and clean so you don't get any infections into them. It's also worth remembering that when you're pruning, always give your tools a quick clean before. Okay, so we're now finished pruning the Deutzia. I have actually removed the large stubby branch from the front. Hasn't actually made that much difference, and actually what it will do is it will allow these branches to arch out some more, and there will be new growth come from the base next year, the crown. And yeah, so we've just created a bit more of an open space for the growth to take place. We've removed the old flowers, and hopefully next year we'll get a nice flourish of new flowers. Hi there, so my name's Krista, I'm part of the Best Chateaux gardening team. We're here now in the water garden. We're looking at plants that flower on last season's growth. We're now looking at a spirea here that never gets fed, doesn't actually get any irrigation apart from rainwater. And what we're going to do is we're just going to give it a nice trim up ready for it to get a nice shape ready for next year for flowering. What you're looking at with spireas is you want a nice shape. You want to sort of, if you like, take the straggly ends that are coming out too far, that is your old flowering shoots here. And what you're looking to do is to take them back to, once again, a bit like the Deutzia, you take them back to a really nice strong shoot. But for this one, for example, it might be a little bit too far forward. You take a little bit back, so you're more in line with the overall shape of the plant. And the other thing you've got here down the bottom is you've got a bit of a skirt going on. So you want nice strong shoots that are coming up from the base like this, but what you probably don't want is your more sort of smaller straggly shoots. So anything really less than, say, half a pencil thickness, you probably want to remove, and especially if they're sprawling at the bottom, what you want is for the stems to come up and come round. So I'm going to remove some of these, and then the other thing we're going to do is you look for your 3Ds, your dead disease and dying. But the other thing you want to consider is taking out a few older stems, and again that will just rejuvenate the plant. It'll grow some more new, stronger stems, and you get a much healthier, nicer plant that doesn't need too much attention. Okay, so we now finished the pruning of the spirea. As you can see, it's quite a lot being taken away. Some of the old dead stems have been removed. Some really old woody stems at the bottom have been removed. And that allows light to go into the crown of the plant, and that'll produce new shoots for next year. So always good to remove the really old woody dead material in the middle if you can. If you're going to damage other stems, obviously leave it, but if you can, take as much out of this as you can, because it just rejuvenates the plant. But as you can see, we've taken quite a lot off. All the flowers have been removed, and now all these nice shoots that we've got left here, they'll flower next year.